Hey, it's Mark Thompson, and on behalf of my business partner, Matt Callan, I want to do something for you that I wish someone did for Matt and I when we first discovered how powerful and effective video is in our online businesses. Now, inside of this free video training series, I'm going to walk you through how to create high-converting video sales letters where you can literally sell any type of product or service or promote affiliate offers in any niche. And you can double your conversions, triple your earnings per visitor, and quadruple your sales. Now, you're also going to be learning a simple copy and paste 10-step formula that I use and my team uses on creating high-converting video sales letters without having to hire expensive copywriters or use complicated software. So if that sounds good to you, get ready to take some notes and let's get started. Now, most online marketers know they need to utilize video in their marketing if they want to make serious money online. It's no secret that video is by far and away the most effective way to hyper-engage your website visitors, turn prospects into subscribers and customers, and boost conversions and sales. But most marketers put off creating sales videos because they either don't know how to do them or they are misled into thinking it's too hard and takes way too much time. Well, the fact is, all of those assumptions are dead wrong, and I'm going to prove it to you in this video series. Now, the good news for you is that because the majority of average marketers hold these incorrect assumptions, you have a massive opportunity right now. Because the smarter marketers that do use this ultra simple video sales letter formula that I'm going to show you, they are absolutely crushing it and reaping the benefits in their online businesses. Now, before we dive into it, I want you to know and understand that I am not an expert copywriter by any means, and the good news is you don't need to be either. And instead of showing you how this formula and strategy is being used by some of the most brilliant marketers like Ryan Deiss, Frank Kern, Onyx Singal, Russell Brunson, and Mike Filsaime, and nearly 100% of the top-selling ClickBank products. And I'm not just talking about the random ones in the IM niche. I'm talking about the top-selling products in markets like weight loss, personal development, dating, and many others that are making well over $2,000 per day in profit. These markets are huge, and all the top-selling ones are using video. I'm going to show you how regular, average online marketers without expert copywriting skills, without connections, without lots of money, without lots of extra time, can use this proven 10-step formula to create effective video sales letters that have the potential to boost your conversions by 5 to 10 times overnight. Similar to this recent test where I compared my conversion rates from an old school static sales page to a hyper-engaging video sales letter. By simply converting my sales page into a video sales letter and following the exact 10-step formula I'm about to share, it boosted my conversion rates by 60%. Now, throughout this video series, not only am I going to hand you over the 10-step video sales letter formula, but I'm also going to show you how we increased our leads by 400% using one stupid, simple trick, as well as our #1 most profitable method for capturing engaged leads and building a massive email list. And one secret that saved us nearly $7,000 per month, so that you're able to use the complete system that will maximize each and every visitor that you drive to your sales page. And look, you won't need to hire anybody, you won't need to learn how to outsource anything, you won't need to invest a ton of money, you certainly won't need to spend weeks or months of your busy schedule trying to figure it all out. If this sounds good to you, let's get started. Now, first off, I want to be 100% transparent with you. I'm not here to tell you that you're going to make millions of dollars if you use this formula. But what I can tell you is that if you follow this exact formula, you're going to be leveraging a blueprint that has consistently outperformed old sales letters time and time again. Now let's talk about why you aren't getting the conversion rates and earnings per visitors you were hoping for from your sales pages. It comes down to these 10 steps, and while they are simple to implement, if you miss even just one of these steps, it can negatively impact your results in a big way. Now, just a quick reminder, this is a perfect time to go ahead and download the 10-step formula PDF below this video. We'll also be including our VSL worksheet and fill-in-the-blank presentation guides to help you follow this proven formula when writing your video sales letters. And don't worry, once you request your downloads, you won't be taken off this page and the video will continue playing. Also, don't forget, if you like this page, share this training on Facebook and leave a comment with your best video sales letter tip, or tips on increasing sales and leads and conversions with video, you will be automatically entered to win one of 3 lifetime memberships we are giving away to our new PressPlay software that we will be revealing very soon. Okay, so let's get going. Step 1 is the attention-grabbing intro. It's important to realize that visitors online have ADD, so you only have seconds to grab their attention. This is why the first 5 to 10 seconds are crucial to what I call setting the hook. It's your job to show and say something that immediately connects with your target audience and makes them want to continue watching. One of the most effective ways to do this is by asking a question. Have you ever wanted to blank? Have you ever wanted to become your own boss? Have you ever felt like blank? Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you can't make ends meet? Do you wish you could just blank? Do you wish you could just flip a switch and have financial freedom? Follow it up with something like, then you're going to want to pay very close attention to this presentation. Followed up by restating the main headline of what your pain and problem it is that you're going to solve. After this, it's a good time to quickly introduce who you are and why people should be listening to you. Using things like social proof and income proof can help achieve instant credibility and rapport with your audience. If you are building a personal brand, incorporating family or personal photos can also help to make the connection and show that you are a real person. This leads right into the second step, which is to identify the problem your target audience has, of which your solution later is going to solve. There is no better way to do this than through the power of storytelling. Some of the best marketers, like Gary Vaynerchuk from Wine Library TV, Ryan Deiss from Digital Marketer, and Andre Chaperon, creator of Autoresponder Madness, are all expert storytellers. Storytelling allows you to utilize specific personal experiences in a unique way that resonates and relates with your target audience. I always like to create what I call an audience persona, with a real photo of a fictitious person to help paint a picture of whom it is I'm speaking to, including a fictitious name, age, sex, location, occupation, hobbies, and interests. Then visualizing this person as you are writing your script. Pretend you are sitting right in front of them and to call out how they feel. A good example would be, I understand exactly what you're going through and how you feel. Another good example is if you ever felt like, and inserting a bad or annoying problem, and then I can relate because, with some example that relates to the problem. And then saying something like, well, I am here to tell you that it doesn't have to be this way. As you can see from each example, I am speaking directly to the person, not speaking in general. After addressing the problem, it's important to quickly paint the picture of what it would be like if there was an easy solution. I always like to start off with imagine. Imagine being able to automate XYZ. How much time would that save you every day? Imagine if there was a software that took the stress out of XYZ. How would that change your business? After we've painted that picture in their minds, we want to introduce the solution. For example, in a few minutes, I'm going to reveal, or you're going to discover why, and finally, I'll show you how you can, and then fill in the blank. Okay, so on to step 3, establishing early scarcity. Now that we've identified the problem, connected with our target audience on a personal level, and introduced the solution, we want to establish early scarcity. The goal is to keep them on the edge of their seat by giving them an early cliffhanger. Answer this question in their mind. If I leave, what's the opportunity I'm missing out on? Immediately after the cliffhanger, we want to what's called twisting the knife part 1. It's a kick while they're down, obviously within reason, but we are bringing the pain to the forefront. For example, but if you thought that was bad, think of it like this, and then have some potential future scenario that's truly horrifying if they don't take action. It's important to realize that people respond, and more importantly buy, based on feeling and emotion. Okay, so I think now is a good time to stress, and should go without saying, that your product must solve their pain and challenge. Nothing can tarnish your reputation or the reputation of your company by providing empty promises and an unrealistic result or solution. Okay, so moving to step number 4, providing the solution. Before you introduce your product, it always helps to explain how and why your product came to be. For example, I saw that ordinary people were, and then finish the sentence, or I wanted to help by XYZ, so I decided to, and then fill in the blank. Start to tie your product or solution into your story and how your product makes things easier. Focus on these two things. Remove the objection that it's hard to use, hammer home the ability to solve a real problem. Now, step 5 is about features and benefits. Now, I want to give credit where credit is due. I learned this from Todd Brown, who is a good friend, copywriting, and funnel expert. When we talk about features and benefits of your product or service, it's important to go one level deeper. What I mean by this, a feature leads to a benefit. For example, with our auto post feature, this allows you to automatically post relevant content to your Facebook fan page. Now that looks like a normal feature and benefit statement, right? But the problem here is that you are not addressing the benefit of the benefit, which is what's most important to your prospect. By automatically posting relevant content to your Facebook fan page, what benefit is that providing your audience? And that's the key. We want to tap into the benefit of the benefit. So in this example, by automatically posting relevant content to your Facebook fan page, it allows you to easily scale your Facebook marketing by reducing overhead costs while growing the number of fans, of which results in more profits you generate from your fan page. See the difference there? Okay, so on to step number 6, which is social proof. So now that we have introduced our product and explained all the features and benefits, we need to remove the objection of doubt that what you are saying your product and service does actually works. And the best way to do this is through social proof. One of the most powerful sales triggers for buyers is seeing real results and proof. Things like proof screenshots, testimonials, reviews, comments, social media updates, emails, and case studies are all great examples of social proof. If your product or service is new and you don't have these things, you can use what's called borrowed proof. A good example of this would be referencing a study, statistics, or data that was conducted by a credible source. By using borrowed proof, it can help make assumptions that your solution will help solve a prospect's pain. Now on to step number 7, overcoming objections. No matter what it is that you're selling, there are going to be objections in people's minds. It's in our nature to be skeptical about buying anything, which is why it's important to be able to overcome objections before they are even asked. A perfect example would be an FAQ page on a site. If your prospects are asking the same questions over and over, it's probably something that you want to address in your sales letter. This is where having a finger on the pulse in your industry and prospects are so important. Knowing what your prospects are going to ask before they ask can help you overcome these objections in your sales video. Many times I will purposely leave a spot open during the video where I can insert answers to questions that may pop up after I've already published the video, so that I can address objections after the fact. So I can monitor what people are asking, add a short clip to the video, and still have the video play seamlessly. You may also want to reiterate answers to the most important objections to help emphasize your solution. Okay, so in step number 8 is the main call to action. Now between steps 8 and 9, we are going to address 3 distinct sales triggers to help maximize conversions. They are desire or demand, fear, and scarcity. We'll start with desire, which is typically the most common reason that people will buy. There's a demand for a solution to a specific problem. Your product fulfills on that solution and people will buy. This is a desire or demand-based sales trigger. This is the time that we want to make our big pitch. It's going to be our hard sell where we drive them to your desired action. First, we're going to start to build up the value, adding up all the features included in your product and service, plus adding value-added bonuses. For example, as a value-added customer, you will get fill in the blank with some supported features that go with the product, like access to a private members area or 24/7 customer service. We are also going to include a money-back guarantee that removes the majority of the fear that customers have. Step 9 is adding warnings and more scarcity. Now, depending on the person and what triggers a user to making a buying decision, you may still not have sold them simply based on desire, which is why we will hit on 2 additional sales triggers. The second trigger, fear, is the fear of doing nothing. The fact is, if they don't take action, that their situation will never improve. They will be stuck in the same position that they're in now. This is a great place to make that personal connection again. Talk about how you were in the same situation as them, and that by simply taking action, it solved the main pain or problem. We also want to twist the knife again, which is kind of part 2 of twisting the knife. Again, we're trying to evoke emotion, making them feel that by not taking action, they are missing out on an opportunity they cannot afford to miss. For example, if you want to and then insert a life-changing transformation, then time to take action now. And now to the last trigger, which is scarcity. There are 2 types of scarcity. The first is time-based scarcity, meaning that after a certain number of days or time, people will no longer be able to take advantage of your offer. The second is quantity-based scarcity, meaning that you only sell a certain number of copies of your products before you close it down. When done correctly, scarcity is probably the most effective sales trigger. But what I mean by that is actually following through with your promises of time-based or quantity-based scarcity. Too many people use false scarcity by saying, for example, that they're going to take the sales page down on Tuesday, but never follow through. This is a fast track to losing credibility with your audience. Now you can always use general scarcity like, this product is only going to be around for a limited time. Or something like, we may close this offer at any time. This works really well if you're not exactly sure of when or how many copies you are going to sell. Scarcity works so well simply because by our nature, we hate to miss out on a good deal, right? Same thing applies offline. Like when Chick-fil-A, a US-based fast food restaurant, gave away free meals for one day only for anyone who dressed up as a cow, and the lines were out the door. We just love deals. Finally is our close, which is the equivalent to a conclusion in an essay paper or a PS in a normal sales letter. We want to restate the main headline, summarize the most important features and benefits, bring it all together, and end with a final call to action. And as an added bonus, I thought I would throw in a few other simple tips that can help maximize your video watch rate and conversions. Of course, I want to stress that these guidelines do not always apply, so it's important to conduct minor tests and tweak as needed. Okay, so the first is to keep your video lengths between 12 and 24 minutes. This has been tested by Matt and I, as well as many other expert marketers, and between 12 and 24 minutes seems to be a sweet spot. It's long enough where you can include the 10 essential elements of a sales video, but not too long where they lose interest. In the B2B market, staying on the shorter end of that range is better because your audience is more accustomed to seeing other sales videos. However, when presenting your offer to a large general market like weight loss, health and nutrition, dating, and self-help, you can easily create a sales video on the longer end of that time range because the audience isn't consistently hit with sales presentations like yours. So they're an easier audience to capture engagement. The second tip is using a border versus a video with no border. Actually, no border usually converts better than with a border. Also, using full sentences instead of bullet points in your presentation has consistently performed better. And believe it or not, many times ugly outperforms pretty. Using just a simple white background with black and red text typically converts better than a page with lots of images, a colored background, and other elements on the page that are distracting to visitors. But the more advanced we get with video marketing, the more slick we need to get with quality designs. Standing out from the generic website will be key. Now that we've walked through the 10 steps to effective video sales letters, in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can turn your VSLs into lead-sucking money magnets. So strap in and get ready for the next video, as I'm going to reveal how we increased our leads by 400% using one stupid trick, as well as our #1 most profitable method for capturing engaged leads and building a massive email list, and one secret that saved us nearly $7,000 per month on video hosting, and how to drive virtually endless amounts of viral traffic to your video sales letter page. So by the end of video 2, you will not only be able to create compelling video sales letters, but all of the tips and tricks used without any fear of doing something incorrectly. If you're as excited as I am about the rest of this video series, I'd love to hear your feedback. Please do me a favor and leave a comment below and share this page with your Facebook followers. And don't forget to request access to the 10-step VSL formula PDF so you can reference the material we just covered in the first video. So that's it for now. I look forward to seeing you in a couple days with the next video.